After being with my partner, Pedro, for 49 years, 5 months and 2 days, he passed away on October 6th, 2012. I was despondent, extremely depressed, not suicidal, but so alone. My greatest support during that period was my oldest niece. She is a very, very organized person. After Pedro's death, I didn't realize it, but I was ill myself. It was a condition that I was not aware of, but it kept getting worse, and eventually 2 years, about a year and a half later, it came to a head, and I was hospitalized and in health care for a total of 16 weeks, and then went home to my apartment alone. However, my niece, throughout this whole session, this whole period, was researching sites for me for various events, various occasions, various causes. I believe it was she who found an LGBT-friendly senior residence building called John C. Anderson Apartments in Center City, Philadelphia. Actually, it's in the center of the neighborhood. I called the building and spoke to the manager. I asked if there were any apartments available, and she said that there weren't, but there was a list. And I said, how long is the list? And she said, there's about 200 names. And I said, can I add my name? And she said, yeah, sure, you can add your name and give me your number. And if something opens up, I'll call you back. I said, that will be fine. So I did that. That was on a Friday, midday probably. On Monday, the manager of the building called me and said, I have an opening if you're still interested. I said, well, could you tell me something about the building? Because we really didn't discuss the facilities or what the departments were like, the size of them, or any of the details. We just spoke, and I said, well, let me consider it, and I'll get back to you. And so I contacted my niece's husband, who happens to be an attorney, and he agreed to come with me to see the apartment. So I called back, made an appointment, and the two of us walked in, and as she opened the door for us, my nephew said, grab it. We went toward the door to look at the garden, and there were 3 people outside. They walked in and introduced themselves. And I introduced myself and my nephew, and they said, are you moving in? And I said, it's a very good possibility. Oh, wonderful, that'll be wonderful, we'll have to have you. I gave a deposit that day. We started papers. I started disposing of 50 years worth of possessions, just enough to furnish my apartment. Within 2 months, I was living at John C. Anderson Apartments. It took me a while to get settled into the apartment after disposing of so many material things. But gradually, I formed relationships, not friendships, but very good relationships. And we did social things together. I found that my state of mind was beginning to change, that I felt lifted. From 2012 until 2017, when I moved to Center City, I was waiting in a box till my time was up. And after moving to Anderson, I felt that I was starting a new life. I don't know how many cities are fortunate enough to have places like the John C. Anderson Apartments. It's a very well-managed building. Almost everyone is friendly. Those places that don't have this kind of facility are really missing something. Because when you feel your life has ended, it just shows that there's an opportunity for it to revive.